This is SimAnt. This game actually came out for DOS and Amiga and other things. But they did make a port for the Super Nintendo, and that's what I'm going to show you guys today. We're going to do all scenarios. There are 8 scenarios in the game. I'm going to get started, and then I will talk to you guys throughout. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Alright, so this is SimAnt, and in this game you play a yellow ant. You are on the side of the black ants, and we're trying to rid the yard of yellow ants. I'm sorry, of red ants. So it has hints of an RTS, but you do not directly control your allied black ants. In scenario mode, you have to kill the red ant colony in each of the 8 scenarios. The interesting thing about that, though, is instead of building up our colony, what we're going to do is run in and fight the red ant queen ourselves, because it just ends up being the fastest thing to do. You can see I died there, which is unfortunate. That's going to happen quite a few times throughout this run. You spawn in each scenario as the worker ant. You can't select what you start as, and the worker does not fight as good as the soldier. So hopefully we can get through this first scenario. You can see the red ants have started to hatch. That's not really good for us. Hopefully we can thread the needle here and make it straight to the queen again. Alright, so it is possible that we game over on this first level. We have safety saves and all that, but you know, the world record for this particular category is about 12.5 minutes. And my estimate is about 20, because while just running in and trying to kill the queen on our own is the fastest thing we can do, it's also relatively unreliable. There is another mode in this game, which is like quite a bit more interesting. And that's full game mode. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to load into a completed file, and we're going to skip straight to scenario 2, because I want each of these to take about 3 minutes. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the little scene transition here. The reliable and intended strat, the way that you're supposed to do these scenarios is you are supposed to lead your colony to various, like, sources of food. You're supposed to, like, micromanage how your colony is behaving and what types of ants are hatching. It takes a little bit too long for the speedrun. I would say... I did not mean to pick worker, but that's alright. I would say that the win rate against the queen is not a very good fighter. The win rate against the queen is generally about 50%. So losing 4 straight is not ideal, but, you know, it is a marathon. I was hoping that we would get relatively decent luck and I could show you guys an intended strat, what it would look like to actually play the game the intended way. You can see that my ants are hatching over here, but it does take about 1 minute, 2 minutes for your initial ants to hatch, and you've only got about 4 or 5 to start with. But the gist of the game is that you walk your ant. These green things on the ground are food. Let me pick one up to show you guys. So you would bring this food back to the colony, and then there's this mechanic in the game called scent trails. And so you walking back and forth to the food helps your black ants get there. And then bring food back and forth to the colony. I'm digging to kind of use my stamina because I actually want to eat this food. Oops. Alright, so now we're going to full health fight the queen. And we won. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then it takes a few seconds to figure it out. And then between the scenarios, you get this funky beat. And you get to see these amazing Super Nintendo graphics. Like I said, the game originally released for, like, DOS. And it was part of that, like, it's made by Maxis, so it's part of that, like, SimEarth, SimCity 2000 realm. Where did it put me? 8. So we're only on 3. But I can try to show you guys some more. Like, I have 3 ants in this one, so what I'll do is I will recruit all, and this is the RTS. This is kind of the RTS aspect of it. You know, you get into these, especially in the full game mode, you get into these pretty ludicrous, like, 100 ant versus 100 ant battles. And if I had more time, I would have routed out the full game. Yeah, no, it sounded sarcastic, but no, they actually did a great job on the transitions and, like, the 3D effects. There are also, like, hazards in the world, in, like, the overworld here. There are, you know, spiders, antlions, cats, dogs, humans, lawnmowers, rain. This, the circular thing next to the red ant colony here is an antlion. We don't want to step on that. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, I won against a non-queen and lost against the queen. So, you know, again, possible we game over here. Okay, so the rain can't kill us, but it can wash away the scent trails. Fortunately, we are, not trying to play this game legitimately. So the rain has no impact on us right now. One thing that's interesting about this game is it's one of the few games for the Super Nintendo that is, compatible with the SNES mouse. I am not using the SNES mouse, but it is an option. Mainly because the game primarily just uses 2 buttons, and then X and Y are used to kind of like snap to certain places on the screen. I think Y snaps to the menu on the left-hand side, and X snaps back to your ant. So because like the mouse, you're able to move the cursor a little bit easier. You don't really need those buttons. It only has A and B. Yeah, I was one of those kids who was interested in insects, and this game was like right up my alley. I think I was like 4 or 5 when I played this for the first time, and I also had just no idea what I was doing. Let's see if I can get my ant to come with me. Alright, he's moving. Now, if I could get this black ant to fight the queen, that would be simply amazing. Doesn't always work that way. I'm actually surprised he's this far in here with me. Wait. Okay, so he didn't fight. He took the larva as food, which is fine. I'm gonna wait till I have full health to fight her. Alright, so there's the hunger. Alright, well, we won. That's good stuff. That's how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to be, you run in, you kill the queen, good to go. And then, you know, you die about halfway. So you have to basically win 8 coin flips in a row for all scenarios. I do plan on routing full game, which will be, I would say, between like 1 and 2 hours. So, you know, maybe for the next Super Nintendo Marathon, we can play this game the way it was meant to be played. Full health strats, I still have not fully decided if having 100% full health makes a difference, but it kind of feels like it does. There's also various sites online that say that, like, tapping A repeatedly increases your chances of winning the fight, but I have not found that to be true. Okay, so there's the spider, and there's an antlion, so we need to avoid those things. There's also a bicycle. Where is it? I feel like I avoided it. No, no saving the queen. The red queen must go. Alright, full health. We've done it. If I was an ant, which variety of ant would I be? I feel like I would be a worker ant, right? Which variety of ant? Unless you mean, like, species of ant, right? And you know, I just said I was a fan of insects as a kid, but I really don't know. I really don't know too much about ants themselves. Bullet ant sounds very aggressive. I don't know about that one. Oh god. I was on 5, right? Okay, so we're on 6. Yeah, the music in this game is actually very, very, very good. I don't know. I don't exactly know who did the port of this game. But the music in this port is actually different than the one that came out for Windows. So yeah, I mean, whoever did this version of the game just nailed it. Okay, I'm gonna dig around to use my energy. You can only eat the green food when you're at like 25% energy or below. So I'm like purposely trying to make myself hungry. Boom. So full health is doing us pretty well, but it doesn't always work that way. So my estimate is 20, so if I do happen to finish this with a couple minutes to spare, I'd like to just hop over into full game, show you guys what it looks like, show you guys some of the menus. But I'm not going to take up too much of everybody's time. So we're on 7. 7 is Under the Porch. Each one of these scenarios kind of has its own little gimmick. And, like in this one, I feel like there might be just like less food overall. or like more hazards. This one has the human being, like the child's handprints. So there's like a kid playing around under the porch. So you can just randomly get like smushed. Each one of the scenarios is like a different area of the map. And what I mean by the map, I will show you. There's like an entire yard, and you can go like inside the house, all over the place. The game is broken up into like grids. Alright, so we're on to the last scenario. The last scenario is in the woods, and the gimmick in this one, I think, is there are extra hazards, but there's food all over the place. So, like, this one, your ant army can get up there, like, really, really quickly. I mean, it's unfortunately still faster for us to run straight at the queen. But you'll see what I mean about food being all over the place. So this one, there's a spider right in the middle. Okay, he's going up. I did not finish scenario 1. I kept getting a game over in scenario 1. Or I game overed once. No, this wouldn't be like a legitimate run anyway because of a few factors. But yeah, like loading the safety save is obviously not what I wanted. But I'm glad I had it. It's not over yet. So yeah, it's like this game was probably the least popular of the sim games that were released for the Super Nintendo. But it definitely had some unique features, like actually like playing a member of the army. Oh, get away from me. Well, if I game over here, I'll just reload back into this one and do it again. Similarly to us, because like we have so much food that our colony can grow quickly, the red ants are also growing quickly. So hopefully I can, hopefully we can sneak in there and finish the job. Sometimes you get kind of lucky in this one, and the spider will make its way over to the red ant nest and kind of just take everything out. You know what? I have enough health. Done. We've done it. I'm going to let you guys hear a little bit of the credits music, but we don't have enough time for all the credits if I want to show you guys that full game real quick. Oh, I suppose that would have been time. So yeah, Will Wright, very famous, you know, Maxis, the company. So I'm going to take about 1 minute, and I'm going to show off full game. Hopefully it just loads up quickly. I don't think it takes a super long time to load. It definitely takes a super long time to save. Okay, so you can see I'm in the particular square I'm in, on the bottom gray bar, you can see I have 246 ants to 0, right? The game is moving in like half speed. So this is full game, and it's like a grid-based war system. And you use your breeders to take over the other, like you want the black ants to take over all the red ant squares, right? And it's like a constant back and forth struggle. Like I can jump to any one of these squares. And then you can also change, like the mating flight just began there. So like in behavior, you can like manually decide like, oh, you want your ants to forage or dig or nurse. And then you can also change what type of ants are being born. This one is workers 60%, soldiers 40%, but because there's no red ants in the square, you just bump it up to breeders and start spreading your colonies out. So it's actually really in-depth and cool. And hopefully I can show you guys a full game run someday because it's a little more interesting than scenarios. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for linking my stream in the chat, and also follow me at DemoSays on Twitter. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it. And good luck to everybody that still has to run in the marathon.